Hi guys, and welcome back to Seduce Me Part 4. So, yeah, last time we have to choose a guy to help, and I'm gonna choose Sam or Matthew. I kinda wanna do Sam and then Matthew, so let's go with Sam first. Screw it, okay? I walk out to the front yard to see Sam not cleaning but doing slow motions with his hand and arms. He was doing Tai Chi, a form of martial arts I had previously learned aside from Taekwondo. However, however, he wasn't cleaning, which made me cross my arms and glare at him. Aren't we supposed to be cleaning the front yard?
You were taking too long. I already finished cleaning.
Well then, okay. But I looked around the front, and noticed that the windows were polished, the weeds were pulled and tossed out from the sidewalk, the lamps were wiped down, and the stairs were swept. He really did finish cleaning. You literally disbanded a mere minute ago, though. Wow, you work fast. Sam didn't respond. He kept his eyes closed and continued to do his Tai Chi. For a guy who wanted to be a badass, I would have imagined him doing hard workout or karate moves for practice. Tai Chi was not what I expected out of him. I stood there wondering what to do. Why? Is that even a minute in and I have to save and join him? I remained quiet as I stood beside him and began to move along with his movements. He was going slow, so it was easy to follow along.
What are you doing?
Nothing? What does it look like I'm doing?
This isn't supposed to be fun, okay? It's actually supposed to be difficult.
I know. Sam opened an eye to look at me without breaking his motions before closing it and continuing. I followed along flawlessly, keeping to his speed. It was very relaxing until I managed to trip over my feet and land on Sam. Oh, of course! What? Cliche moment.
Hey! Watch it!
Sorry. Just one of those cliche moments. Sorry. I had landed on top of Sam, staring eye to eye with him. Sam and I couldn't stop blushing, nor did either of us move from the ground. I could hear my heart pounding against his chest. Sam didn't move a muscle, but just stared up at me in embarrassment. He doesn't look embarrassed. I eventually moved up from him and brushed my side with a large blush on my face. Sam sat up and rubbed his head.
Man, watch where you're going next time.
Sorry. I said sorry. I nodded. He stood up and looked at me for a moment. I could see in his eyes that he was concerned if I was okay, but he refused to ask. I smiled before walking back into the house. I heard him sigh before I walked out of earshot. The hour of the house party had arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the utensils for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executives of the Anderson company to show me off. I stood in front of my mirror in my room, staring at my form as a million thoughts ran through my mind. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expeditions. It was a chance for me to show my parents as a woman. It was a test to see if I was really ready to live on my own. Well, not truly alone. I had the incubator to thank, but even so, I didn't have my dad guiding me or my mom helping me through living alone. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Sounds like she's choking on something. Well, I'm ready, but...
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
Alright. Okay, the big reveal. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi and Suzu's face turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. What?
Dude, you look hot. Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
I had it for a while. I just never had the chance to wear it. I figured I might as well bring it out now. I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubus stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines to proper servants.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
Yep. Yeah. I was slightly taken aback on how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of perfect gentlemen, even Sam. Wow. I slowly began to climb up the stairs with Suzu and Naomi behind me. Wait. I slowly began to climb the stairs with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended the staircase one at a time, like knights waiting for their princess. I felt a face slight. I felt my face slightly flush. I quickly shook my head and tried to regain my thoughts. As I reached the last step, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down the final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
As ready as I'll ever be. I couldn't deny that I was nervous, but I had to. This party was more than what it seemed, and I had done all that I could prepare for it. Now it was all up to fate. The other boys smiled assuringly to me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. Sam and Eric rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't even ask for variation or anything. I looked to the boys and noticed Sam and Eric stared intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? They had to be. There's no way they would be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. That mom perfume. It had only been a couple days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I looked to my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
Well, I do. Got the looks from my mom. The world around me stopped as my heart pounding hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me on his own accord? My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words, and I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
Oh, great. My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I knew it. Something was off about tonight, and now this part had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but nodded in response. I looked to the incubi. They were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Susie raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. As if time zoomed forward, all of a sudden the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me at my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I shook my hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face my dad trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember. Say what they want to hear, not what you want to say.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
So I have to say what they want to hear and not what you want to say.
So,
Oh, great! Shh.
how do you feel?
Let me save. Save over this. And I feel fine. It's okay, could be better to be honest. I'm pretty good actually, I'm doing my best. It's difficult being independent, I wish.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather.
So,
Wait, what?
so,
I didn't even make my choice. I'm pretty good actually, I'm doing my best.
I'm so sorry about
I
your
didn't even
passing away.
freaking. I'm doing my best actually.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
Excuse me, thank you for
Do you have college plans?
That's.
Do you have college plans?
I don't freaking. They just skip, and I didn't even read the choice of the. Yes, I kind of up in the air. We'll see. There's a possibility. I feel like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company.
what do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
Don't ask me. Okay, it's hard to say. Okay, back.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
Wait, what?
What do you think of the
Okay,
philanthropic
just
policy the company
click
has?
that then. I'm thirsty.
Do you think
No, freaking.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
I'm really. It's a toy company. Why? I don't think that makes any sense.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
It's a toy company. It's a toy company. Why? Eventually, the questions stopped, and I was back to being myself. Naomi and Suzu were mingling in the crowds, and the incubi were doing their jobs, so I was alone in a room full of strangers. It was unnerving to think about it, but at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Why, Mom? With my mom stood a man who looked only a couple years older than me. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for my hand.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson. Hi,
I don't
I'm
like
Andrew
you too. Well,
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. Hi. Hi.
I don't want your hand. Andrew was slightly taken aback but gently smiled and lowered his hand with a nod in return. My mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew?
So, you organized this party very well, Miss Anderson.
Well, of course. Durr. Thank you.
You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh properly before smiling at me.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
Huh? Why? Why, Andrew?
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You've helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
Wow, I didn't know he talked about me. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and their rather personal questions. I looked to Andrew, who had a kind face to me. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. He seemed to be hiding something. Whether it's good or bad, I was not able to find out. It's a bad thing. He's hiding a really bad thing. I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Next to me was my dad, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense.
So, you're Jared's son.
Andrew's body twitched slightly. Either it was fear or insult. Andrew locked his eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson Company.
Well,
I stared at Andrew. This guy wanted to take my grandfather's place as CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
What's with my mom's face? Like, what? Okay. This art. The background is better than the art.
of course not, sir.
And polite as well. Interesting.
If you'll excuse me.
Quickly, Andrew retreated away from my family into the crowd of people. Save. I don't want to follow him, so I'm going to stay put. I watched as he disappeared into the crowd towards the back of the house. I was worried, but I gave him space. He obviously needed it.
Peh. He's not CEO material.
That's because you practically interrogated the young man.
A little questioning shouldn't have bothered him. He's obviously not ready for any title in our company.
I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene with my dad. One wrong word and he lectured me in front of everyone. This was not something that I wanted at my housewarming party. Huh? Whose limo is that?
Oh, that must be Lewis's car.
I'll go get him. Stay with your father so you can escort your guests out together.
Yes, Mom. My mother left my dad and me to slowly escort the guests out. My dad held his simple smile as he thanked each person for coming. I did the same. Andrew quickly passed the doors before I could speak. Eventually, only Susan, Naomi, my parents, and the innkeeper were left. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder with a smile. I stared up at him, a wave of confusion washing over my face. What?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
He smiles. The world's gonna end tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Dad.
Keep it up and you'll be a good CEO.
Man, I hate how parents will force their ideals to their children, and I just don't like it. Oh, right.
Alright, your mother and I have to leave. I'm sure Naomi and Suzu need to leave as well. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
Psh, it's a Saturday. Party. Oh, right.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
Right, see ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
Will do. All 4 of my remaining guests left the building, all but my dad waving back to me. With the rest of the guests gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase, exhausted. Phew, that was tiring.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
She handled herself the best she could.
As expected, Princess.
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean up.
Ugh.
Stop whining, Sam.
Hush, Sam.
Are you guys sure?
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
Ho ho ho! It didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
Okay. I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked. Alongside the incubi, Jane placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
All of us shot our heads towards the door, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would never expected to see. Skin red as blood, eyes black and gold piercing into mine. Roughened up clothes and pistol in his hand, I saw a monster. Look, his sister. I covered my mouth not to scream at the sight. Dry blood covered the bandana around his neck as he smirked at me, and the boys stood around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes.
Oh, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, a man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. Okay. We all gasped in shock, instantly expected to see a bullet run through Sam's face, but...
What the fuck?
What?
What should have been headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. The pistol echoed its empty shots as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in aggravation. Luckily for my ears, it became quieter after his first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
This place is protected.
What did you say, Shrimp?
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
He's like really pissed off. The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge it in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple of times before sliding farther away, hitting the wall in a final stop as it stopped moving. The gun faded into black flame and that disappeared into the air.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
What? Malix, that was his name. His oh, I can't. Resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malix did. This place is protected by magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
Malix's face grew to that extreme anger. His fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
Out of pure instincts, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. Why? With no power, Malex wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in a dream. Get out my house. Leave them alone. Malex growled at me, walking right up to me and leaning close to my face. I glared back, feeling my courage skyrocket.
Since when does a little stain like you give orders to a guy who can rip your pretty little head from your body?
You really don't think, do you? If you kill me, you'll be hunted down by more than just the police. Oh.
You little...
Run, I can't. What? Duck. I ducked underneath Malex's incoming hand. I stared at his hand and his black flame tattoo in surprise as I took a couple steps back from Malex. Matthew and Damien stepped in front of me, guarding me from Malex with their arms.
A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
I think I had a timer to choose and I picked duck. Oh wow.
Back off, Malex!
Don't start acting tough, you pathetic excuse of a demon. You need more protection than her.
Shut up!
Oh, did I make little Matthew cry? Why don't you just grow a pair?
God.
Enough, Malex!
The woman who had been standing in silence the whole time planted a firm hand on Malex's shoulder. Malex looked at her with a growl and a glare that could kill.
Since when did you get the guts to speak out of place?
We both know you've never controlled me. I want them dead just like you do. But now's not the time.
Fuck off! I know what I'm doing.
Well then.
Do you? Even if you did fight them, there's 5 against 2. We never win.
Shut
He's
up!
got a really bad anger issue.
Let's go, Malex! We're wasting our time!
The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense that fire would glow from under their teeth. Malex grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Nice laugh for a demon, or whatever you are. Then Malex turned to me, moving his finger to point it directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
With that, Malex and the woman walked out of the mansion. The door closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me.
Whoa, whoa! Are you alright?
Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
Should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malex left behind on me. I couldn't stop I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malex, was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
What's the difference? A devil? There's a difference? I know, right?
Yes, demons come from a different plane of existence called the abyssal planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know. It's hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Oh, so there is a difference.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
This is all confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happen to land in the middle of it. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
I couldn't believe my ears. It was the third day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
I'm gonna kick his ass right now!
Sam, calm down. Just calm down.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
Eric's serious about this. But what about going outside? Won't he?
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
Well, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Alex. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Alex did the same? Even more so, I was lost about how grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. At least I had time. I went to bed that night, feeling nervous. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never be able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? How does all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? They are only staying until they can defeat Malix. That's right. They said they only stay until after they defeated Malix. After that, my life could go back to normal. Temporarily insanity, as Kate would say. The question was then, would I want them to leave? My life went back to normal. Then I have to care for the house all on my own. I get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I have to. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents, with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, however the future had for me, I would be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever.
That's not creepy at all. A voice I hear in my dream. And say that.
You're so important to me.
I swear I'll give my life to you.
Please, let me live you.
No.
I'll be by your side, always.
I can't imagine living without you.
I want to be with you.
I love you.
Wow. Okay. I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and forced me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to be even alive. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? Freak, 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 freak. Freak, 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 freak. Explore the house, make some coffee, we'll work on her work. Explore the house. I decided it was a good idea to wander around the house. I never really explored it as a child, so there were bound to be new surprises. Well, come on feet, let's go on an adventure. I stood and exited my room, hoping that the boys were still asleep. I began to wander the halls at the end of the house, opening each door to find what room each door led to. Quickly, I found an old office. A desk and a chair sat by the far side as a large bookshelf of documents and memorabilia zoned its nooks and crannies. There are a couple pictures of me growing up peeking from the shelf as I walked further into the room. I don't believe I've been here before. I tried to recall memories of ever seeing this room, coming up with nothing. As a result, this room was new to me. Did I want to disturb the furniture? I'm curious. I gently opened the shelves and the drawers I saw in the room, and a couple of them were books and even sewing kits. I assumed they were used for my grandfather's toys, so I left them alone. One drawer, however, was locked, no matter how many times I pulled. Come on, open! Nothing. It would not budge. The drawer beside it, though, did, revealing a laptop. Why is there a laptop in a drawer? I lifted it with a drawer and carried it over to the desk and chair, opening it. It was a high-tech laptop with a retina scanner as a passport. I was not sure whether or not to try to unlock it or not. Try? What does that mean? Oh, what's that mean? Can I see their status? No. Well, I can't even see their status. I don't even know which one I got. Oh well. I decided to try. I turned on the computer and leaned my face near the retina scanner, lining the camera up with my eye. To my surprise, I heard a ping from the computer before the screen opened to a desktop. Huh, look at that. On the desktop were documents and folders filled with different aspects of Anderson's company: taxes, profits, bylaws, products. The list went on and on. If I really did want to become a CEO of Anderson Toys Company, I had everything at my fingertips. Dad would sure be impressed. One icon, however, stood out from the rest. Barcode? I double-clicked the icon, but no window came up. Instead, I heard a large click from the drawer that was locked. What the? I slowly left my seat and walked over to the drawer. Attempting to open it again, it slid open smoothly in the direction of my pulling hand, revealing two books. One was a plain black journal with a tie to keep it closed. The other was bound in leather with cryptic symbols all over the cover. I took out the journal and skimmed through it, seeing my grandfather's notes. There were all details, explanations, and opinions on his findings on demon magic. What? He really did know about magic. I sat at the desk, not on the desk, and read through the journal further, finding drawings and sketches of symbols and magic circles, each with their own different meaning and effects. It was all fascinating. There was one page of important spells to know. I read through them, trying to memorize them into my mind. I don't know what came over me, but I started to feel more energetic and more powerful simply reading my grandfather's notes. I was suddenly aware of the energy that surrounded my body and the power that was around the house. The more I read, the powerful I became. However, my mind suddenly froze and I found myself walking back to the drawer, putting the book back, and closing the drawer. Oops, the lock reset and I snapped out of it. Huh? What? I shook my head and looked at the drawer, realizing what I had done. I walked over to the desk to reopen the lock, but suddenly felt the need to stop. Something held me back. and I didn't want to pry anymore that I already had. I was curious beyond belief, but I obeyed my thoughts for now. Eventually I would come back and look into it. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning drag me under my covers to try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday and nothing was happening today. So much reading. Come on, eyes, back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept a little longer. Why is it time going so slowly? I sighed. I got changed into normal clothes and went into the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sundays were very boring. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. Huh? I quickly went out to the backyard and responded to the noise I had heard. Okay. In the yard were all 5 of the boys practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle of the other 4 surrounding him and throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged each almost masterfully. Did I disturb them? Hey. 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 I'm sorry. All at once the boys looked at me, frozen in their movement. I just stood at the doorway, staring at them after my outburst. James was the first to break away from the group, stepping towards me.
Good morning. We apologize if we woke you up.
Oh, no, it's fine. I've been awake for a while now. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
It's quite all right. We needed to stop anyway. We don't want to overwork Sam.
Oh, come on. I can handle more than those pity punches.
Your mind seems grateful that we've stopped.
Shut up, Damien.
Oh, crap. We should probably make some lunch. I'm sure you're starving.
I can handle lunch if you like. You all seem to be very busy trying to beat Malix. I'll take care of it today.
Whoa, seriously?
Seriously, Sam, seriously. Yeah, why not? I'm not useless. I know how to cook and do other stuff too.
Well, no, I wasn't insinuating.
What he means to say is that we'd be really grateful if you could make lunch today.
Haha, no problemo. I turned to the kitchen. The boys went back to training. They seemed very determined to get better and to become stronger. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked. Lunch wasn't particularly hard. I had to decide to make... Are you freaking serious? I don't know what they like to eat. Oh God, why? Why? I really want to do Sam's route, but I don't know what he like, and I don't know. They don't even give you like the list of the boy status. It's freaking pizza, simple cold cut sandwiches. Yeah. I assembled simple ham sandwiches for all of us. After I poured some potato chips in the side of each sandwich, I feel satisfied. Who said lunch had to be cooked? I placed the food in the dining room. However, none of the boys were there by the time I brought the final dish out. I carried that dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating into different rooms of the house. Part of me wanted to go in one particular. The other part of me wanted to just leave them and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys focus on training. Psh, no. I quickly rushed back and grabbed a second food dish before hunting down one of the boys. I looked down each hall, trying to find one of Inky be wandering so that I wouldn't have to go through each individual room finding them. I pursued my lips in irritation. Where the heck are they? I sighed, knowing that I would have to search for them in each room. I turned to head down the west hall before I suddenly bumped into an opening door face first. Ugh.
Whoa!
Hey, Sam. I quickly stepped back, regaining my balance and on my feet, and with the food in my hands. The last thing I wanted was food on the floor. I shook my head and looked up to see Sam looking at me from behind the door in surprise. Being that I only saw his face, he was wet, so I assumed that the door led to the bathroom he was exiting from.
Oh, crap. Are you alright?
Probably not. Yeah, I bought food. What the hell? Why did I say that? I shook my head and acted like I knew what I said. Sam raised an eyebrow before looking to the food I bought.
Oh, hey. Thanks.
The cliche moment where the guy is like half naked. Yay! As Sam stepped out from behind the bathroom door and closed it, I was suddenly face to face with a shirtless and freshly clean Sam. Yeah. A simple towel was hanging over his shoulders as he looked to me. I remained frozen, unable to tear my eyes away from the sight. Damn. Damn, was he ripped? Uh-huh. Sure.
Hey, you alright? Hello?
Oh my gosh. What? Sam let a sly smirk appear on his lips before tapping my forehead with his finger. It was light, but I felt pressure from its push. What? It was light, but I still felt pressure from it to push me back a bit on my feet.
You gonna give me my food, or do you plan to keep staring into space like a nut job?
Oh, right here. Oh gosh, why? I quickly gave Sam his food, glaring at him. He chuckled before quickly dropping to the floor and crossing his legs to sit. I did a double take down at him before joining him to eat. I was hungry, someone might as well. Sam must have been hungry because he practically scarfed all of the food down before I get 2 bites out of mine. Jeez, you eat fast.
Oh, sorry. It was good, yeah.
Thanks. Sam sat in silence, waiting for me to finish. It was odd. It was not far from having a dog watch you while you eat. Nevertheless, I finished my food quicker than I normally did and looked to Sam, who somehow got his shirt and vest on while I wasn't looking. Damn, was he fast?
Alright then, I'm heading up to the roof.
Roof? Roof? He was heading to the roof? Why? Oh, the roof?
Yeah. Wanna come with?
Hold on. He wanted me to join him on the roof. The roof of a huge mansion. How? Why?
I promise you won't fall, or whatever. Okay?
Okay. Oh, that was his heart symbol. It's green. Derp. I might do it off screen and like change some stuff and go on a different whatever, just got it out. I didn't know why I was up for this, but I said okay. The small adventurous side of me was very happy with my decision. But another side of me was screaming at me, asking why I did it. Sam took the empty dishes and placed them on a nearby stand before walking to a nearby window and looking to me. Wait, a window?
Come on.
I walked towards Sam, unsure of what he wanted to do. As I stepped to his side, he wrapped a tight arm around my waist and hugged me against his side. Whoa! No kidding! Oh.
Better hold on tight.
I instantly wrapped my arms around Sam as he opened the window and stepped on the ledge. I could feel him tighten his grip on me as he looked up and grabbed the end of the roof with his free hand. That is not how you could get to the roof. No. I I gripped tightly to him as he somehow was able to pull both of us up to the roof with that one hand. He lifted me to the roof first, before pulling himself up and sitting with a content sigh.
See? I told you I wouldn't let you fall.
Yeah. I sat up beside Sam, trying to shake off what had happened. He was a demon. I had to remember that. No matter how human he looked.
Pretty sight, huh?
I raised my eyebrow before looking ahead of us. I gasped. The sight was truly beautiful. The estate was settled on a high hill, so the view I saw made me feel like I was flying. I could see Chicago in the distance, surrounded by forests and shrubs. Yep, like the one I resided in. Something about the sight took my breath away. I silently thanked my adventurous side for taking the risk to come up here.
You know, it's things like this that make the human world worth coming to.
I turned to Sam at his statement, not sure of what he meant. He kept his eyes to the view, but I could see very soft amazement in his eyes. What do you mean?
I'm not like my brothers. I didn't come to get away from anything or to fulfill something. Whatever they may tell you their reasons were. I came because, well, they're my brothers. And that's that. However, I didn't expect the human world to be so pretty.
I didn't understand. The brothers were running from more than just Alex? Who could have possibly driven them from where they were? You all ran from something?
We all had our reasons for leaving the Abyssal Plains. James didn't want to deal with his problems. Matthew wanted to live with humans more than demons. I came because I didn't want to be without my brothers, so I left with them.
Huh. That's rather sweet, if you think about it.
It doesn't matter. I came, so here I am.
I frowned and bit my lips lightly. I wasn't sure if he even wanted to be here with how he was answering. Still, I felt a small wave of confidence driving me to scoot closer to Sam. I wanted to try to be friends. More than friends? Faye didn't like that. Apparently I found myself losing my balance and wound up starting to fall off the roof. Ah!
Whoa!
Instantly, Sam grabbed me and pulled me to him. He wrapped his arms around me, making sure I wasn't able to fall back down the roof. But that wasn't what made me blush wildly from ear to ear. Here it comes! I somehow landed and straddled over his lap. He was hugging me close to his chest. It was almost like a romancy love story. I couldn't tear my eyes away from Sam as he stared up at me in concern.
I gotcha. You okay?
Yes, I am. However, I continued to look down at him as he stared up at me. Neither of us knew what to do, and I could feel that we were both lost in that fact. As we looked at each other, Sam's face grew slightly red.
Hey, I might as well say it now, but sorry for being a dick.
I'm sorry for being a dick when we met. I must have been dreaming. Sam was being sincere. Why? However, as I stared, I could feel his strength weaken. He was shaking, but continued to hold me to keep me safe from falling. Sam, do you need energy? Sam's eyes widened before he looked away, refusing to answer, but refusing to let me go. I didn't feel any energy drain, so he wasn't trying to take advantage of the situation. Oh, that's so cute. That was it. He needed energy, but should I give it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, so much reading in here. I was going to say stabbed. My bad. I gently grabbed Sam's face and tilted his head to angle with mine, leaning in closer to him. I brought my lips to his and kissed him deeply. I don't know if this would help, but it was how he got energy before. I shut my eyes, waiting for the draining feeling to reappear in my body. Sam didn't move, nor I did energy. Oh, God, why? Sam didn't move, nor did I feel energy drain from me. I opened my eyes and saw Sam staring wide-eyed at me, but unmoving. He was unsure of what to do, and I had silenced him with confusion. I don't know why, but I felt both irritated and accomplished at the question and at the look he was giving me. Where was he? What? Where was his flirting? Where was his cocky smock? From what I remember, he took advantage of me when we met. Yet now he was somehow imitated by me. I pulled away and spoke. I want to give you some energy. You use a lot of it. I'm sure that the energy you took from me was only used for healing. Let me help you.
I mean, I don't...
Yes, Sam? Sam, if you don't want my energy, just tell me, but I'm offering it to you if you do. All of a sudden, I felt a similar feeling of warmth run through my body once again. I felt my body slightly heat up as Sam pulled my body tighter to his. He regained his static gaze before speaking.
Just remember, you offered it.
This art is so crappy. Well, it's free, so no wonder. Whatever, I'm just gonna deal with it. Before I knew it, Sam pulled me into a gentle but passionate kiss. He interrupted through my body as this kiss slowly and almost intimately got deeper. Okay. Sam kept an arm around my waist while I rested my hands on his chest. Do you really have to go into detail and I have to read it? The energy from my body was slowly draining from the kiss, making me feel light and warm. It was almost pitiful how comfortable and how willingly I was in this situation. Still, I had no regrets. I was enjoying every bit of this kiss. Sam gently leaned back, pulling me along with him so that I was laying on top of him. I felt odd, yet comfortable to be the one in control. Sam wasn't as forceful as he was when we first met, and it felt almost magical. It was how I imagined the first kiss to be like, except with energy drain. Soon, though, the energy drain stopped and Sam gently pushed my face away to end the kiss. I stared down at him as we both panted for air. I never kissed like that before and was so lost in the moment that I'd forgotten how to breathe. Sam moved a strand of hair from my face to behind my ear, eyes still full of desire. Okay. The look in Sam's eyes, though, I almost couldn't find the strength to pull away. I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away, but I still felt hot. Something told me that I wanted more, but at the same time, I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give any more. Darn it! Oh, yay! I opened the opportunity and I was enjoying it as much as he was. Okay? I wanted more and I was going to let him keep going. I wanted to keep going. They even all caps were wanted. I leaned down and kissed him again. Sam gasped against my lips but continued to kiss back. I could feel him pull on the tail of my bow, releasing it and falling his hand from around my neck. He moved the ribbon to his pocket before gently unbuttoning the top 2 buttons of my blouse. His desire in my body drove me insane, forcing a moan to escape my lips as he ran kisses from my lips down to my exposed neck. As he began to ravish my neck and shoulder in hot kisses, I leaned my head back and let a pleasurable sigh escape my lips. Of course! Sam was ruthless in his passionate kisses on my skin. Sam didn't stop touching and kissing me, making more moans and gases rushed out of my mouth into the open air. He may have been full, but he was as hot as I was. This is like a 12-year-old writing, I swear. I couldn't even comprehend how much time we spent making out. I was so lost in the pleasure that I didn't care. Call it sinful, but I didn't care. I loved it. His touch, his kiss, his heat. I desired it beyond anything in the moment, even as he lowered his kisses down my chest just above my brow. Yep, definitely a 12-year-old wrote it. My heart was beating wildly in my chest. Something about Sam intrigued me massively, but something made my heart quicken for him. It couldn't have been love, but it was too passionate just to be lost. What was it? However, I began to feel dizzy. Seeing the sky start to spin almost wildly. I gripped to Sam's shoulder, trying to signal him to stop, but my mind faded to black before I let out another sound. Well, she faded from making out too much. Lesson learned, kid. I felt good. I didn't care that I was blacked out. I feel warm and fuzzy in the darkness. I never knew indulging in that kind of passion would be that good. I now just waited to awaken, hopefully in a good way, okay? I don't want to read this anymore. Oh my god. My eyes eventually fluttered open. Adjusting the sight around me, I felt familiar silks underneath me, letting me know that I was in my bed. I slowly sat up, stretching from the tiredness that still lingered. I felt a very soft pain on my neck and shoulders, and I could feel my swollen lips pulse gently in healing. However, when I looked down at my body, I saw that my shirt had been pulled back up and rebun as if nothing happened between me and Sam. I was just missing my ribbon. Before I turned to get out of bed, though, I spotted my ribbon on the pillow beside the one I slept. It was tied in a nice bow with a small note attached to it. I gently slipped the note from the tie and opened it to read it.
Sorry, I went a little too far.
You think? I stared at the note, letting a small smile grace my lips. You went too far? I enjoyed it, despite the first time circumstance. It was cute, though, to imagine him thanking me for something we both did and enjoyed. I brought the note to my chest, letting the memories of our meeting flood my mind. I indulged myself to Sam. I looked at the time out of curiosity. The large white numbers on my phone showed 5:31 p.m. Yikes, 4 hours of being knocked out, and I still feel tired. It was Sunday, so I was allowed to sleep longer if I wanted to. The remainder of the night passed by, surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train with each other, but were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for it. Surprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys to eat with me. They most likely had already eaten, but still, I felt lonely. I wouldn't let it bother me. I ate and went back to my room to study and sleep. Surprisingly, I felt good going to bed that night. I felt like I could have a peaceful sleep after the previous rough nights I had. I felt good. I drifted to sleep and woke up almost flawlessly the next morning. No grogginess, no aches, perfectly energized and bright-eyed. Man, how long have it been since I got to sleep? Okay. Man, how long has it been since I got that much good sleep? I looked to my alarm clock. I woke up 10 minutes before my alarm. Well, hey, I must be lucky today. Karma owed me some luck. After all I had gone through in merely a handful of days, I deserved to get some luck. Ecstatic for the day ahead, I turned my alarm before they could ring and got dressed. Oh my god. However, my phone started to quickly buzz from an incoming text. Who's texting me this early?
Yo, Anderson! You're carpooling with us from now on. We're not letting you waste your money on a bus. Get ready and be at your gate at 7 stat.
I smiled. My friends were the best. I couldn't drive yet, and I didn't have a car, so it was awesome that my friends would let me carpool. I checked the time, 6:30. Perfect! I can eat some breakfast before they come. I packed my bag and carried it downstairs towards the kitchen. As I entered the dining room, I saw a plate of eggs, toast, and bacon sitting on the table. A fresh steaming cup of coffee sat next to a plate with the sugar and creamer on the side. I walked to the table and couldn't believe what I was seeing. Who made this? As I spoke aloud, a small red note caught my attention. Have a good day. Yours? My heart skipped a beat after I finished. I could tell it was from one of the boys. Maybe it was from him? Who him? Sam him? Him? Don't know who him. I smiled before putting the note in my bag and eating up. The food was so delicious. I devoured every amazing bite. I looked at the time again. Time to go. I quickly rushed to the doors, checking myself in the passing mirror. I wasn't wanting to impress anyone, but I still needed to look decent. Before I could reach the handle to the door, however, someone took my hand. Huh? Oh, hi, Sam. So awkward. Yeah. I turned to see Sam, who was holding my hand back with a stern look on his face.
My name.
Your name?
My true name isn't Sam. I want you to know my real name if something happens.
Oh! His true name? What did he mean? Why was he telling me this now? I remember reading about Demon's name from the journal I read yesterday. If you knew a demon's true name, you could summon them to you no matter where you were or where they were. Sam gently pulled me to him and leaned close to whisper in my ear.
My name is Amaris.
Oh, Amaris. As he said his name, I could feel it lock into my memory. Something in my head would make sure I would never forget it. Sam pulled away and stared at me, Spike still carrying worry in his eyes.
If you're in any danger, any time, it doesn't matter when, call my name. I promise that I'll come and help you.
Yay! I stared up at Sam, unable to say anything. I could only nod in response. Sam nodded back before releasing my hand and headed back to the dining room. Somebody told me that name would be used eventually. And right on cue, Naomi drove up to the gates with Suzu waving me down. I rushed out of the door we headed to school, talking about the homework and the coming day. And I'm going to stop there because it's so much freaking reading. 12-year-old. I feel like a 12-year-old wrote it in the art. Like, the background's better than the art, as I said. So yeah, next time on Seduce Me. So bye guys!